Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody out there in internet land. Good morning, everybody in the Vital Health family. I'm really glad that you guys are here. If you guys are happy to be here, you guys feel like you're in good spirits this morning, you feel like you're going to have a good day, put a one in the chat box for me before we get started. Put a one in the chat box for me if you feel like you deserve a good day, because I believe that everybody in here do. Look at all those ones in there. If you have any doubt in your mind, guys, that you got the same day that somebody else is going to have, they're going to have the same exact 24 hours that you're going to have, but they believe because they put a one in the chat box, they're going to have a good day. There's no reason why you can't have a good day too. Today, I want to talk to you guys about something that's always been near and dear to my heart. It's really about differences. It's really about what makes the great great. And to get into that, I'm going to share my screen with you all. I'm going to share some information with you. And then let's see where this takes us this morning, because I'm excited to be here. I plan to have a great day. So I hope you guys all plan to have a great day too. So as of right now, you guys should be able to see my screen. The question has always become, what makes the great great? You know, ordinary people, good people, become great. When it comes to network marketing, successful network marketers made up their minds just to have a life that other people are not willing to do. A lot of people are not willing to sacrifice for. A lot of people are not willing to compromise for. If you're on this Zoom, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I know you got other places you could have been, but you're right here. That means that you already have what it takes to be successful, because you've already made up your mind to live a few days, a few weeks, a few months, a few years of your life the way that a lot of people are not going to do. A lot of people are not going to get up and jump on a Zoom like this where all the nuggets get dropped every day by people like James Lionheart, by people like Keith Williams, by all these top leaders. Guys, to be successful, you have to live your life in a different way than other people do. Because of that, you're going to be able to live your life the way that other people are not going to be able to live their life. What makes the great great? And greatness happens with ordinary people who are living ordinary lives. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Charlie Chaplin, because I know a lot of you guys are a lot younger than me. So you may not have ever heard about Charlie Chaplin, but he once told a joke. And the joke was hilarious. Everybody laughed. Everybody was falling out of the chair laughing, crying laughing. They was laughing. And then he waited a few seconds and he told the joke again. When he told the joke again, only a few people laughed. Most people didn't. He just looked at them because only a few people laughed. Why? Because they heard the joke before. Most people didn't laugh. He waited a few seconds and then he told that same joke for a third time. This time, guys, people looking at him like he got three eyes in his head. They say, what is wrong with this guy? The third time, guys, not one single person laughed at the joke. But he was not telling the joke to be funny. He was telling the joke to make a lesson. And this lesson, I think, is relevant for all of us who are in this industry. He says, when you cannot laugh at the same joke again and again, why do you cry over the same worry again and again? You know, so many of us are holding on to dreams. We're holding on to things that happened to us in the past. Last time I called this person, they didn't answer the phone. The last time I called this person, they didn't want to talk to me. The last time I called this person, they went off me. The last time I called this person, they told me no. What's going to happen to me the next time? You see, you're holding on to the past, worrying about what might happen again in the future. Great people don't do that. Great people keep it simple. Great people don't take it personal. Great people understand that people are at different points in their life. They understand that people are having different experiences in their life. They also understand something I think is profound. They also understand that just because it's not the right time now does not mean it's not going to be the right time later. So they can reach down, they can reach deep, and they can come back and circle back to that person a day later, a week later, a month later, a year later. When we say the fortune is in the follow-up, we mean that you have to approach that person as if it's their first time hearing it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is with great enthusiasm. Charlie Chaplin was hilarious in his day. He was the top comedian of his day. And I'm going to tell you guys, I think that we can learn a lot from a clown. There's three things in life that can destroy a person: anger, pride, unforgiveness. You want to know how to be attractive? Meaning that when you pick up the phone, people want to talk to you. You got to be the kind of person that can be attractive. You can't do that if you're known as an angry person. People don't want to pick up the phone from you. People don't want to join your business if you're full of pride. You know, recently we had a young lady was looking at a company. I'm not going to say what company it is. She was looking at a company, and the company had great opportunity for her. Great opportunity for her, her team, but it was all about her. It was all about what she can do, how great she is, what she's experienced in the past, what she expected to do in the future. That pride cost her an opportunity with what I believe is a fantastic company. The good book says pride comes before a fall. You can't put your pride in the way and still consider yourself attractive. You can't do it. I got a good friend of mine who in the last 4 months joined several different companies, and he's not joined the right one, which is this one, because pride won't let him. You see, once he told me no, and then went over to another company, and that company didn't work out for him, he was too prideful to come back and say, you know what? Let me see what you got going on. Instead, he went to another company. And because I know where that company is, I know their leadership, and I know their structure, I know that in the next few months, based upon what his needs are, he's not going to find it over there. His pride might get in the way of him coming back and saying, you know what, Eric, you showed me this business 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Let me see what it's all about. Let's lock arms and work together. There's 3 things in life that can destroy you. Anger and pride can do that. Unforgiveness can also do that. I was on an AM power call, like many of you guys on an AM power call, and I was listening to James Leonhardt said that he's successful because he has a short memory. Or he said, I'm successful because I don't hold grudges. So for him, he can go back years, and talk to people he talked to years ago and he stayed in contact with, because whatever they wronged him with, he just let it go so he can move forward. If you let it go, you take the weight away, and now you can run, and he's able to move forward. He's able to move forward with them. Unforgiveness can destroy a person too and make you less attractive. There's 3 things in life that can never come back. The first is time. Last time I was on an AM Power call, I did a presentation, gave some information about how valuable time is and how no one can afford to waste it, because no man knows the day nor the hour which may gonna be his last day. You can't afford to waste it, so you got to make the best of every moment. Something that'll never come back is words. Words. So you can't be careless with the words that you throw out there to people. You can't speak to someone in anger and then expect for them to want to join your business at a later date and time. Next is opportunity. You may get the second opportunity, but it won't be the same opportunity. And what I mean by that is this. Right now, this company has brought in, I don't know, thousands, tens of thousands of people. You've got the opportunity to join it today, tomorrow, next week, next month, even next year, because the company's going to be here. But the people that saw this company, that I know of, that saw this company about the same time that David Nevis saw it, and they didn't have the vision to say, you know what, they're going to be $1 billion company. They're going to have distribution in the United States and Canada figured out. They're going to have the right products for everybody. They didn't have that same type of vision. So they missed that opportunity to get in front of all of us. They missed that opportunity to get in front of all of us, but the opportunity is still open for them to join us, but it's not the same opportunity as it was back then. Also, there's 3 things in life that you should never lose. You should hold on to them with everything that you have. And if you guys can hear the guy cutting the grass, I apologize for that. I'm gonna keep going. But there's three things in life that you should never lose. Number one, you should never lose hope. If you lose hope, you fall to despair. You feel like you don't deserve it. You feel like it's not coming to you. What that does is it takes away your inspiration and your desire to gain momentum and move forward. You need hope for that. Another thing that you should never lose is your peace. You should never, ever break bread, lock arms with somebody that's going to cost you your peace. At the end of the day, that's something that we can control. We don't have to deal with people that's going to take our energy away. Something else. Yeah, never go to bed angry. That's a good one. Never go to bed angry. Make peace with your spouse before you do. I used to work for a company back in the day that used to connect people on a dating. Before the internet, we used to do like this dating thing. People would come in and they would fill out this form. We find out who they were as people and find out what they're looking for in a spouse. And then we find out why they're not with their last spouse. Oftentimes it's because when the peace got broken in the house, they quit being able to communicate. And when they quit being able to communicate, they became neglected. When they felt like they became neglected, they went outside the relationship to go elsewhere. Finding your peace and keeping your peace is so important to your overall well-being. You should guard it with every fiber of your being. Next is honesty. Why would you want to live a life where you can't be truth? You see, the universe only loves the truth. So when you start being dishonest, you're going against the universe. And if you're going against the universe, then you can't expect the universe to go in your favor. What are the most valuable three things that you come across? Love. I know there's an old poem that says it's better to have lost love and lost than to never have lost, that have never loved at all. I can't imagine how true that is. Love brings you peace. Love brings you hope. Love brings you so many different things. The unconditional love that you have from your parents, that your kids give to you, even the unconditional love that a fur baby, a dog or a cat has for you. That love is precious. Anybody's ever experienced it know how important that is. What else is valuable? Family. In network marketing, your business partners is a family that you get to choose. You get to choose the family. You see, you're born in one family. You got siblings, sisters, brothers. You may have parents that are irresponsible or abusive. You can't control that family, but the family that you get to choose is the one that you get to bring with you into here. Your friends is basically family that you get to choose, and those things are amongst the most valuable things you can ever face. There's three things in life that are never certain, but you face them anyway. You want to go out and you want to face your future, guys, with enthusiasm. You want to face your future knowing that it's uncertain, but that you are adapt. You are able to deal with whatever life throws at you. And if you're not, go get some books on personal development. Go get some books on self-development. Go learn a few things, a few skills that you could use to face your future with confidence. If you can do that, you can find success. Somewhere along the way, as long as you plan for this future that's got to come anyway, you can find success. And oftentimes you're going to find those things are tied to whatever dreams you have. Going to be tied to whatever dreams you have. What makes the great great? What's going to make you go out there today and not just be good, not just be average, not just be ordinary, but go out there and be great? I'm going to encourage you to find a way to take these lessons that you see here and find a way to become attractive. To become attractive. Recently, somebody came to me and said, Eric, so-and-so wanted to join this business, but somebody else reached out to them after me and they got them into the business and they didn't come with me. What can we do? And I'm like, we can't do anything, but what you have to do is find a way to become more attractive. so that people don't want to run from you in business. They want to join you in business. You have to become that type of person. If you're full of anger and pride and unforgiveness, it's not going to happen. If you don't keep your word, if you're dishonest and you seem negative without hope and peace, it's not going to happen. You're not going to be attractive. If you don't understand you got to lead with love, you're not going to be attractive. If you don't understand that your dreams are your dreams, but other people have their dreams and you can help them with their dreams and you can focus on that, you're not going to be attractive. If you want to be successful, you're going to have to learn to accept that everybody is not going to join your business, but you can increase the likelihood of people joining your business by you yourself becoming more attractive. At the end of the day, if somebody decides not to join you, to decide to partner with somebody else, it's because that person was more attractive to them than you were, for whatever reason that might be. That's not a time if you become negative. That's a time if you become introspective. And through that introspection, ask yourself, what can I do myself to develop more personally? What makes the great great? Well, I got 10 things that you guys ought to see. Number one, you should radiate confidence. People like to join people who speak with certainty and hold good posture. And people follow those people that look like they know where they're going. And how do you get more confidence? You tune into the AM power calls. You jump on every single Zoom. You become a product of the product. When you begin to radiate confidence, you suddenly become more attractive. You want to be passionate and enthusiastic. Energy is contagious. Negative energy is contagious. You don't believe me? Find yourself in a ballroom fight sometime. That negative energy translates to the rest of the bar and people become negative. But positive energy is also enthusiastic. You don't believe me? Come to our convention that we're going to have here in Fort Worth. You want to see all that energy, want to see all that passion, want to see all that enthusiasm? Watch how it infects you and anybody else that you invite. You want to tell a relatable story. A relatable story starts like this. The problems in America's health, right? You want to talk about the company, you want to talk about you, and you want to talk about them. That's how it becomes relatable. How does the problem relate to that person? How does this company relate to that person? How does it relate to you? It all has to be relatable. So you want to share your journey enthusiastically. You want to share it with authenticity. And stories sell, facts tell. You want to get people to the business because they can identify with what you're talking about. Next, you want to focus on serving, not selling. People get sold something every single day. Every single day, somebody knocking on your doors trying to sell you roofing, siding, or doors. They're trying to sell you an alarm system. They're trying to sell you pest control. People are being sold every single day. They can't watch a TV show without the commercials. People are being sold every single day. Shift your mindset to helping people and not recruiting people. And you're going to find that you're on your way to being great. You're going to find that happen. Number 5, be consistently visible. People tell you no all the time, but they still watching. People will say, hey, it's not for me, but they still looking. If you're consistently visible, people tend to join people that are busy. People tend to join people in business that they seem to be successful. If you want to be great, you have to be visible. If you want to bring people to the business, be genuinely curious. We always talk about form, family, occupation, recreation, motivation. When you talk to people, find out how this business can be a solution for them by listening to what's going on in their life. But be genuinely curious. Don't start interrogating people. Be genuinely curious about what's going on in their life. And then as you're listening, there may be opportunities that you can bring this business up to them and use it as a solution for solving those things that's going on to their life. Being genuinely curious and upgrade your image. Look the part. You're in a health and wellness business. The first thing I would encourage you guys to do if you're in the health and wellness business to upgrade your image, be seen working out. You're doing all these lives. You posting all these photos. Post a photo of you drinking some water. Post a photo of you drinking some V Daily. Post a photo of you making a protein shake. Post a photo of you cooking and eating healthy. Post a picture or a video of you working out, going for a walk. Put your 10,000 steps in a day. Get your 1,000,000 steps out the way. Upgrade your image and be seen as part of what we're talking about. and then share the results, not just the opportunities. It's so easy to say jump on a Zoom. It's a heck of a lot more difficult, a lot more challenging, but it's a lot more effective when you can show people how these products have made your skin more beautiful because you're doing the collagen. You're waking up with more energy because you're drinking our coffees in the morning. You're losing weight because of Thermal Cafe. You want to share the results, not just the opportunities, and share those things on your social media. You also want to build curiosity, guys, and not pressure. Pique their interest. Don't try to force them into the business. All you should be sharing is enough information to make them curious, to make them want to find out more, not pressuring them to join. And then you want to lead with value. I think that the company that we're in offers a lot of value. And I've heard it said before, and it bears repeating. If you want to sell something, then in the minds of the person that you're talking to, the value has to exceed the price. The value has to exceed the cost. If you build enough value in you and your leadership, in you and your company, you and your team, if you build enough value in that, the price becomes less significant. Lead with value and give it away freely. Make people want to know more. Make people want to join your team. What makes the great great? It happens right here between these two ears, between your right ear and your left ear, that little 5 or 6 inches worth of space. You have to have the right mindset. I tell people to climb the mountain, not to plant your flag, but to embrace the challenge. Don't do it so that everybody can say, man, that person's great. Do it for yourself. Find out who you can be by challenging yourself. I know Jim Rohn always talk about you're going to become a millionaire when you become a millionaire along the journey. Enjoy the air, behold the view. Climb the mountain so that you can see the world, so not so that the world can see you. And then I'll leave you guys with this. Anybody can become great. Anybody can become great. Anita, there's a guy in Illinois a long, long time ago, and he was just a bartender. He was just a bartender. He was horrible as a bartender. And the bar started to go out of business. His business partner, his guy that he was working with, this guy that he was bartending for, started to go out of business. He was operating the business in a deficit. Well, as a bartender, he decided to put in a little bit of money to try to make the bar work. Well, the bar didn't work. The bar failed. He then brought in an investor to try to get the bar to become successful, and the bar still failed. And they ended up trying to sue this person, this good person. And he goes to court, and he's standing in front of the judge, and he's telling the judge, listen, you're telling me that I owe this guy $111. I don't have $111 to pay this guy. You know, we talking way back when, guys, when $111 might as well be $111,000. He told the judge, I don't have the money. I didn't know that I was going to be responsible for paying the money back if the business failed. The judge looked him dead in his eye and he said to him, then you should have learned the law before you got into business. You should have learned the law. You should have learned the law. So that's exactly what he did. He went and found some place. He hung up a shingle. He started to study law, and he ended up passing, the bar exam. And if he had not had the failure of the bar, if he did not go in front of the judge who told him he should study law, and he didn't take that time to actually study the law to go from good to great, there never would have been somebody to say, 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this nation a new continent, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. That man with his stovetop hat and his corncob pipe became president of the United States. Anybody can become good to great. And if you don't believe that, study that great president, that horrible bartender, Mr. Abraham Lincoln, and see the value in going from good to great. And I believe every single one of us on this Zoom have it in us to do something extraordinary and along the way help a lot of other people. And with that, guys, that's my 27 minutes. I hope you guys found some value in it. It's always exciting for me to get up here and share anything that I've got with all of you guys. Hopefully you got a nugget, maybe 2 nuggets out of it. Maybe, hopefully, even 1 or 2 of you guys took a couple of notes and learned something from it. And with that, y'all, let me just say it's been a pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to be on your AM Power Call this morning. And I hope to see you all on Saturday. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Easy. Great job,
Hey,
Easy.
great training,
Great
easy,
job.
great training,
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate you, big
Amazing.
Thank you so
brother.
much. Great job.
Fabulous,
Appreciate
fabulous,
everything.
fabulous. Lots of note
Amazing job,
taken.
easy.
Thank
Killed it,
you.
bro.
Powerful, young king.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you,
you.
Easy.
See you
Saturday.
Saturday.
Any way that
Thank
you could
you.
put
What's
that
that?
See you
that
tonight.
slide back up with the 10 on it, sir? Is there any way you could put that slide back up that had the 10
Thank you, brother.
attributes on it?
10
I
on
want
it.
to take a screenshot. Yes, sir.
Let me see if I can do that real fast.
I started working my first job in 1964. It was minimum wage. What was it? $1.10 an hour. Wow. And I was a bus boy. And I was
That's the 10. Take your screenshot.
Got it.
All right, guys. See you at the top. And trust and believe. If you miss something the first time, just tune in every day because everybody's going to have something good for you.
Thank you for